the Eno Music TC61 Auto Wah this week on Learning Curve. I am Spencer Thomas. Thanks for watching Learning Curve. If you're new to the channel, I hope you take a second and like, share, subscribe, and do all that stuff. This week, I am looking at the Eno Music Auto Wah. Not Ottawa like in Canada, like a wah-wah pedal, but it's automatic. You knew that. You knew that. It's fine. I don't have to explain everything to you. So this guy comes in under 35 bucks. I got mine on Amazon. I found it by Googling cheap pedals that are good or something like that. I did not save the link. I do not know where it is. Anyway, I found it and I bought it so I could tell you about it. You're welcome. This is a nano-sized pedal, runs on a 9-volt power supply. Nothing special about it, real easy to use. Like most pedals these days, doesn't have any place for you to put batteries. Controls are very simple. The volume controls the volume of the whole signal. It's not a wet-dry volume. You're not controlling the amount of auto wah. You're controlling the actual signal that goes through the pedal. Know that going into it. The level is the level. But it's the level of the whole signal. It's not the level of the effect. The peak is like, if you had a physical pedal, it's like where the top would be, like where it would be, where you would stop and then go back, right? So that's peak, which it's kind of difficult to illustrate. It's very subtle, but what I found was there were times when if it got a little loud, like a little noisy or a little hissy or a little too trebly, a little too shrill, if you roll the peak back a little bit, that warms it up a little bit and brings it back into the realm of pleasant and enjoyable to listen to. And there we're at the point where I feel like the peak is too high and it gets a little shrill in my opinion. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit and see if that's a little... Sense is the interesting pedal. It controls the sensitivity that the pedal has to your signal. If you have it turned up all the way or all the way to the right, every time you hit the pedal, it will make it go like that. And sometimes it will just, like if your signal's particularly strong, it will just leave it open all the time. So as you roll it back, the more power, the harder the attack you need to get the effect to open or close, depending upon which way you have the toggle switch on top set, which we'll get to in a second. So sensitivity is affected by your pickups. It's affected by the pedals you have in front of the auto wah. It's affected by the volume on your guitar. So it's really not like a set it and forget it kind of thing. You kind of have to adapt it to whatever situation you're in. Even so, it's pretty easy to find the sweet spot, and when you do find the sweet spot, that sweet spot, very sweet. There's a toggle switch on top, and that tells you whether it's labeled up and down. And that tells you whether, like, when you hit it, if it's making the pedal go like that, or if it's making the pedal go like that. Get it? So that's up, wah, wah, down, wah, wah, something like that. I'll just show you. I'll have the guitar do it, and then I don't have to do special effects by myself. I don't have to be my own Foley artist. I can just guitar. I really like that. If you get this in the right spot, the way it kind of blooms. Okay, that's enough talk. Let's listen to it. Okay. So first of all, here's my clean tone. Up, you can do the... And some people are like I've seen videos where people are like, I mean, Wahs can do more than just a waka chicka, but why would you not want it to do a waka? Like doing a waka chicka is a bad thing. As you can see, that's pretty loud. But you can put on a noise gate, but then you have to be very careful. I feel like the noise gate loses a lot of the subtlety of the effect. Okay, now I'm going to move it to later in the chain. I'm going to put it behind the effects loop because what's happening is it magnifies, you know, all like fuzzes and booster pedals, obviously, and overdrives. They all boost the signal, so any noise that you're getting from the pedal is going to be exaggerated. So now I've got it behind the loop on my terror stamp. It's behind the loop and after all of the different various distortions and gains and things like that, including the amp. So let's see what that does for us. Hopefully I got everything. Let me give you the full-on, like there's so much noise happening right now, or so much. It's so weird what fuzz does to the signal. And this is definitely not like a set it and forget it pedal, right? Like every time you turn on a different kind of gain or a different, you know, even use a different pickup, it affects the interaction between the signal and the pedal. And so that spot where it kind of blooms changes. Yeah, I think for that level of gain, you're going to have to kind of turn it down. So I like this pedal. Like I said, though, I don't consider this like a set it and forget it. I think it's, if you're going to use it, you're going to need to kind of check it just about every time, unless you lock in, like, I'm going to only use it on my bridge pickup with that distortion, with that gain set on the amp, and then you can probably leave it alone. But I twiddle with stuff a lot, so I found myself having to twiddle with this too to compensate for it. Like I said in the video, I think it's best to put it at the end of the signal chain, maybe before your modulation, stuff like that, but after the fuzz, the distortion. If you have an effects loop, put it after the loop, because all of those things boost the whole signal, and this pedal creates a little bit of noise, so it also boosts the noise. All right, that is the Eno Music Auto Wah. I hope that was informative for you if you were thinking about picking one up. If you were thinking about looking at an auto wah in general, I don't think it does the same job as a regular wah. I think it has its own place on the pedal board. I'm really enjoying this. I found a couple of things that I feel like in the future I'm going to use it for quite a bit. So there you go. All right, my name is Spencer Thomas. Thank you for watching Learning Curve. If you enjoyed this episode, I hope you subscribe, I hope you like, I hope you share. Hope you're being nice to each other. We'll see you next week. My name is Spencer Thomas. Take care.